I am loving our new books from Usborne Books and More, and Life Size is one of my favorites. This book has been so fun to read with my kids and go through because the animals that are in this book are life size. Here's what I mean. This polar bear paw is the size that a real polar bear's paw is in nature. If you measured it, it would be this size. So you get to put your hand up to a polar bear paw and compare the size. How cool is that? When you turn the page, you get to read more about polar bears and see where they live. And then when you turn the page, you can compare your nose to the nose of a toucan. Then you can read about where they live. There's a giant squid eye in this book with a hole cut out so that you can put your eye in and compare the size. Super fun, right? My kids have had so much fun reading this. Check this out. A giant tiger jaw. When you compare, you can see how much bigger their mouth is from ours. So this is a really awesome book for talking to your kids about those animals that obviously they can't measure up with on a regular basis, but they could stick their tongue out and see how it compares to a giraffe tongue. And then they could read about how long it really is. It's really an incredible nonfiction book to have on your shelf and get to have some fun with your kiddos while learning about animals all over the world. I love our flat books, and these two have been perfect for talking to my kids about fall and winter. This one is Lift the Flap Seasons and Weather, and it has been great for going through all of the different seasons with my kids and talking about what they can expect in each season. So with fall, we talked about the leaves falling and it getting cooler, and we got to talk about the kinds of fruits that grow and things like that. So this one's really fun. It has like pictures to find throughout, so it's kind of a seek and find book with the flaps. And then you've got the winter, and you can talk about the activities that you can do in winter, which is really fun and cute. And then you can talk about the weather, like rain and sunshine, and when things grow and what kind of clothes you need to wear in certain types of weather. So this one was really fun to go through with my kids and talk about the season. We just added 2 new books to our Colorful World series. This one is Construction Site, but we also have vehicles. So if you have a toddler that loves vehicles or construction, this is the perfect book for them. And this book teaches your child to think about things that are the same or different. And so like on this page, it says, who isn't working construction? And obviously you would pick the ballerina, right? And then when you turn the page, it has more questions for them to answer. Who's not wearing a hard hat? And you would pick the little hedgehog with a cone on his head, which my kids thought was hilarious. And so you go through the book and you're looking for things that fit into the categories. This one is working on problem solving and higher level thinking. And so this is great that even as toddlers, your child is already starting to develop those skills. The Usborne Complete Jane Austen book is amazing. This book has beautiful illustrations, and it has all 6 of her stories that you know and love, all retold in this book so that they can fit into one volume. All of the stories start with a synopsis that shares the setting and the characters. And so this is a nice overview before you start reading the book, just to get to know who everyone is. And these have lots of text on every page. So this is not really like our other illustrated stories. It does have some beautiful illustrations throughout, but this is more of a keepsake book that either an older child would read or you could read aloud to your children. This collection of adaptations of all of Jane Austen's stories is the perfect way to introduce your child to Jane Austen. The newest book in our Usborne Illustrated series is Ballet Stories, and this book is gorgeous. It has one of those nice padded covers and the ribbon bookmark. It's really like an heirloom quality book, and the illustrations are gorgeous. It has these beautiful silhouettes of the ballerinas all throughout the book. And these stories are longer. There's fewer illustrations in the book, but they are scattered throughout. And it tells the story of it tells lots of ballet stories that you might be familiar with. Everything from Don Quixote to the Nutcracker to Cinderella to Giselle. There are lots of beautiful ballet stories included in this book that your children will absolutely love. Dragon Post is one of our new favorites, and it starts like this. One day, I found a dragon. I hoped it would stay. I'd always wanted a dragon, but this little dragon looked like it might set fire to the house. So I did the obvious thing. I wrote to the fire brigade. So Alex writes a letter, and she gets a letter back from the firemen. And you get to pull this out of the envelope and read the letter that the firemen wrote back to Alex. Super cute. They explain to him that it's a fire hazard to have a dragon in your house and that they need to hose the dragon down. So, of course, the next page shows Alex doing just that. This adorable book has 5 envelopes scattered throughout the book for your child to read, all about how Alex should take care of his dragons. And it's just this really adorable story of their friendship. The 5 envelopes and letters inside make Dragon Post really fun. I know that your kids will love it.